Hey guys, what's up? So welcome to a quick video. It's not going to be quick, but a video basically answering the question or helping you answer the question yourself. Do you need a high performance graphics card for this generation games? I can't predict the next generation of games with the new consoles coming around and game development basically getting a huge kick up the arse to make better games, basically graphically and playably. But I run an AMD, Radeon 6870, has 1 gig of VRAM on a 1920 by 1080 monitor, and this video is basically going to be showing you the settings I run my games at, how they run, and sort of help you decide whether you need more performance, and basically showing you what you can run at for £100, that's about $150, compared to what you'd be spending £300 or £400 or $500 for if you want an extra 20 FPS and one extra detail. So let's get into the video. Games we're going to be testing are Assassin's Creed 3, F1 2012. This has lots of mods on it, by the way. It's not a very demanding game without the mods. Just Cause 2, Crysis 3, and Tomb Raider. So a few new games and a few new-ish games. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first title I'm going to be showing you is Assassin's Creed 3. So I'm going to back out here and just show you the settings running at. Okay, so the first title I'm going to be showing you is Assassin's Creed 3. So I'm going to back out here and just show you the settings running at. Run at 1920 by 1080. So a lot of you might not even have that resolution. It's not exactly the highest resolution, but you may not even have it. You might be running 1600 by 900 or 1440 by 900 or something like that. Running at 1920 by 1080, so that's a pretty straining resolution. Environment quality is on very high, texture quality is on high, anti-aliasing quality is on very high, and shadow quality is also on high, so that's one from the top. Nah, let's just leave it like that. So basically max settings at 1920 by 1080. This is this generation title. It's the latest Assassin's Creed 3 game. And we're just going to play through a little bit here. We're in the snow, so we have snow particle effects. We have this sort of simulation of the snow. So we have a lot of simulation basically going on here. This is a cutscene, so I'm going to turn the speakers down a little because it's quite distracting. As you can see, the faces are being very nicely rendered. Because of the settings, it's a lot better than console quality. I haven't actually played through Assassin's Creed 3 yet. This is my run through, and I thought about making this video, so. And the camera is literally picking up the faces and saying that they're faces, which I thought was pretty cool. Okay, so we can just carry on with our gameplay here. We're at 28 FPS, so for such high details on this graphics card, I'm very pleased. We're at 39 FPS, now back to 30. Skip another cinematic. As you can see, it does look very nice. We are running basically max details on this game. Oh god, she just flipped through the floor. That's not the graphics card's fault. Come on, off the edge and boom. Running at 40 FPS, now 35. Now we get into a bit of a city, not city, but just a nice little town. And I'm not going to do the story a minute. We're just going to climb this building. 55 FPS up there. And don't forget, you can overclock as well. This video card is not overclocked, so you can easily overclock, ramp the fans up. And increase the core clock, and easily get another 10% of performance out of this card, maybe more. I've seen people overclock a 6870 to over 1 GHz, so yeah, you could easily overclock this card and get more performance out of it. But as you can see, we run at 40 FPS, give or take 10 every so often, which I think is a very playable experience. For some people who are used to much higher resolutions, then boom. But most people are running IPS displays with 60 Hz refresh rates, so more than 60 FPS wouldn't even matter to you and would actually be a downside. So we finished with this game, let's have a look at some more. Okay, so the next game we're going to be looking at is Formula 1 2012. Now I've actually added a lot of mods to F1 2012. I've got HD track mods, HD car mods, lots of mods basically to make the game look better. And this is still with my 6870, so I'm basically just going to start a race. So I've got like HD texture packs for all of the drivers, for all of the cars. I'm not actually going to use this car, I'll use a nicer looking car. just to make the game overall look better, and of course it is more demanding. The game is on totally max settings, 1920 by 1080, of course, so literally nothing else that could be done to make this game more stressful. Okay, so this game was released late last year, in 2012, if you're not, in this current year. Like I said, lots of mods for the game, so we're just going to get started. I picked a night track, so there's lots of glare, lots of effects, lighting effects on the track, and of course this is a HD modded car, so it's obviously a lot more textures to sort of render in real time. But we're going to get started here. I'm going to stop talking and you can watch the game, how it plays. So as you can see, the game runs very smoothly at a solid 60 FPS once you start getting around, and this is with 6870 max settings, with so many mods and so many texture packs to make the game look better and be more demanding, and it still runs totally flawlessly at 60 FPS. And this has VSync on because I can't deal with tearing, but it runs at 60 FPS fluidly, and if you have a 120Hz monitor, then you just get a bonus. So I thought along with these games I would also try a sort of game that's older but still looks amazing. This is Just Cause 2. I'm running this fully max settings, full anti-aliasing. I'll actually show you the settings here. So go to setting, advanced display settings. As you can see, we're running it at the highest of everything, 8 times anti-aliasing, 16 times anisotropic filtering, and basically everything is on max. I actually have VSync on, but I'll turn it off here, and we're just going to accept changes and leave there. So as you see, we're running at 300 FPS in the menus here, but we're just going to start running about. Drop down to about 40 FPS once we start getting into gameplay, and we're just going to drive around here. Actually, what might be a better display of frame rate is actually if we just bail into a different kind of vehicle. Okay, so once we're up in the air, as you can see, this game plays even better. We're almost at full 60 FPS, even whilst there's smoke particles and simulations going on. We're in the air, so as you can see, we can see a lot of the map from here. It is low-res textures, obviously, but still, 60 FPS for a game like this, on a video card like this, I think is absolutely stunning. So we're just going to do a finale now, and we're just going to crash into this beach, and just say YOLO. So I thought I'm going to have to run a game that is actually from a high usage standpoint. As you see, this game plays amazingly at 1000. So I'm going to press enter, show you the settings here. We're not running at 1080p this time. This is an old graphics card. We're running at 1600 by 900, running 2 times SMAA anti-aliasing. High text resolution, and we've actually set a custom system spec. We go to advanced graphics, game effects, object, particles, and post-processing on high, shading, shadows, and water on medium, and 8 times anisotropic filtering, as well as medium motion blur and yes to lens flares. So we can resume game from where I was and give you a little look on how the game runs. Okay, so we're into the game now. As you can see, we're running at about 50 FPS, and this is an outside area with lots of water effects and particle simulation. So the game's going to run like a bit crap here. Run at 60 FPS now, going up. Don't forget this on 1600 by 900 on medium to high settings. So we can just see that dude over there. Oh, boom, not anymore. Wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be, but you don't see nothing. So just get rid of that then. You can see that the particle effects are actually taking a big hit on FPS. But we're back up to 60 again. What are you shooting at? I'm out of ammo. So. The game, as you can see, still looks amazing. And from my point of view, it does still look amazing. It's not just the camera, you know, sort of scaling it down and making it look nice. How do I melee? Just lob him. Ah, I died. Ah, that sucks ass. But you saw a nice little snippet there of how the game runs. It's 6870. It's still playing at about 50 to 60 FPS on medium to high details, which I thought was amazing when I ran it, and I hope you do too. Okay, so the final game I'm going to run is a new game, a very new game, Tomb Raider. This is actually optimised for AMD Radeon graphics cards, running at the high quality preset. We could run Ultra or Ultimate, but I want to give a realistic, playable experience. 1920 by 1080, of course. We're going to advanced settings. Here are what they are. I'm not going to read them all out. But hair is one of the things that is majorly good about this game, so I'm going to enable that, and we're going to play the game to see how it runs. Okay, finally some gameplay. Yay. So you can see we're running at about 40 FPS, the same as Assassin's Creed, nice ass. Like you saw earlier, running this on high preset, so no ultra or anything here. But don't forget, this graphics card will cost you £100 compared to buying a GTX 670, which could run this 20 FPS better. Could, you know, play this 20 FPS better, but also cost £200 more. That's triple the cost. Hold E to ignite. I'm not getting a good vibe about this game in terms of playability. Ow, fuck. I think that would hurt. So we're actually going up to nearly 50 FPS now, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so that would dip down. No way would those boobs get through there, I'm just saying. Okay, so I actually got to an outside world bit, and as you can see we're running at about 40 FPS. We're not dropping from 40, really, or 38, or whatever you want to call it. This game, I'm just going to say, as a mini review, is, I think, is very QuickTime based, and I don't like that. I'll just sort of let you know there. But you can see the hair effects are amazing. I don't know which button is to make the camera closer, but the hair effects that AMD have been working on are amazing, and hopefully we'll get closer to real hair soon, because hair has been one of the things in graphics and games that's been ruining the immersion, basically. Faces are getting there, but hair has never been good at. And Tomb Raider is one of the first games that has nice hair, which is pretty cool. And it's Lara Croft as well, so everyone wants to bang her, it's all good. So this is what I mean, QuickTime events, I don't like it. But there you go, 40 FPS, this game runs very respectively. On high details, in terms of putting it on Ultra, it's not going to get much better in terms of diminishing returns. You're paying a lot more, like a tiny bit better graphics, running a little bit smoother. Like I said earlier, everyone really has IPS displays. You may have high response time TN panels, but most of you have 60 Hz IPS displays that can not display any more than 60 FPS. So it'd be wasted if you had more, and after about 40 you don't really seem to need more. So there you go, there was my testing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it actually helped you decide whether you need a new graphics card or whether you should get a 6870 or this generation equivalent rather than waiting and getting a Titan or something else. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.